I've got something in the mail. It's a big box and it's from my computer. Setup looks pretty nice, huh? There's several things missing from my setup, and this is one of the things that can make this entire thing a whole lot better. So it looks like there's light outside, but it's completely pitch dark in here because time runs out. But I finally got this. Oh god, don't look. I finally got the box in the mail. Also, please don't look at my atrocious cables. There's everything is messed up.
So I have my box. Let's open it up. You already know what it is because you can look at a title, and I always act like it's gonna be a surprise, but it's not. Whoa. Whoa, what could possibly be in here? Ladies and gentlemen, this is an ultra-wide mouse pad. Look at it. There's a photo of it here. There's a representation of what it's kind of like here. See the keyboard and then the mouse, that's about it. As of this moment that I am speaking, I don't know why I'm putting on my headphones, but this is my current mouse pad. It's very old, it's very dirty, it's from SteelSeries, it was good, it did me well, but it's also kind of small. And that's not particularly a bad thing, gents. But pretty often I go through an instance where my mouse goes off my mouse pad because I am tryharding in Fortnite, and I can't keep my mouse on the mouse pad because my arm is just going everywhere. So I shall put this to a side, and let's open up what is in this bad boy, which is pretty self-explanatory as to what is going to be inside of this box. But let's actually experience it. So I was about to give you guys a little bit of information about this that says on the box, but this is in millimeters, and I really don't think you guys know what millimeters are, so I guess I'll say it anyway. So it's 900 millimeters by 300 millimeters. Here we go, Americans. There you go. That's your cue to understand how much this is. It's pretty freaking big, actually. So this is very nice. This is the Antlion Pro Gaming MM28 uber wide mouse pad. Now, full disclosure, I do have a partnership with Antlion because they are the providers, the creators, the masters of the mod mic. However, comma space, the mod mic is where I am endorsed. I don't know what that means. I don't know why I use that word. I am partnered with the mod mic side of this. The mouse pad, they were supposed to send this out to me as kind of like a sponsored thing, but instead I got this by winning a giveaway, so it kind of works out. I can be fully honest, and I was going to be fully honest anyway. And you already know I'm going to be comparing it to the SteelSeries, I don't know what it's called, just an old SteelSeries cloth, kind of rectangular-ish mouse pad. So let's get to opening this, which is pretty simple. There's just a little seal here, and you just... Okay, maybe if you weren't as weak as me. Oh, there we go. There we go. And it unravels. The beautiful... Sorry, it was stuck on my hand. It unravels the entirety of the mouse pad. This is how big it is. This is how tall it is. I don't really see that much. And, well, let's see what it looks like on my computer setup. So, this is what my setup looks like when I have my old mouse pad. And this is where I would go off the edge here, sometimes off the other side, and this is where my keyboard stands. And this is what it looks like when it is the entire new Antlion ultra wide mouse pad. Left, right, everywhere, up and down. It's completely seamless because, well, there's no bump between having this little bit of space from my mouse to my keyboard. And just so y'all know, this does go all the way down to here. So even if you have a full keyboard, it will work. Of course, you're gonna have to move down your keyboard a little bit unless you want it to be that close to the mouse. But of course, it does have space for a full keyboard, not just a 10 keyless. And of course, we can always move this down this way, move this a little bit this way. Of course, this is cloth, so for you people who like it with that, you know, slick steel, I actually don't know, is it aluminum, steel? I don't know, it's like that other feel that's not cloth. You know, I don't think Antlion has any of that, but this is a cloth mouse pad. As y'all can see from this demonstration, the ultra wide Antlion mouse pad is actually thinner
than the other mousepad, the SteelSeries one. Not that that should make much of a difference, but if that matters to you, it is a little bit thinner, which means it's also easier to fold and take places. Moving this one around from college back to home was really scary because you would have to bend it in half and then it wouldn't want to. The thinner one is much easier to portability. It does look very slick, seeing the entire mousepad just cover the entire desk. That's just something that has been a dream of mine. Of course, it doesn't have anything fancy. It doesn't have the LED lights around. It doesn't have wireless charging for a mouse or a phone built in. It's something very simple. It's something very portable. It doesn't need to be connected to anything. And it does come in at $20 according to the website. Now, according to Amazon, this previous SteelSeries mousepad that I have is around $10. That is with a little bit of saving that they have right now. Whoa, I did not mean to scroll, my bad. They have a large, they have an extra large, which seems to be almost $30. Let's see how wide that is. Their extra large has the same dimensions as this current mousepad that I am using from Antlion, and this one does come in at $30. So if you're looking for something a little bit cheaper, maybe you already have SteelSeries and maybe you just want to change to something bigger and cheaper, of course, the Antlion is here to save the day. So now, ladies and gents, I am going to play around some games, see how it goes, see how it feels, especially if it hurts my wrist. Here's something interesting, actually. I think it's important to say this. With this old mousepad, having my arm kind of like the middle of my forearm kind of just slide around back and forth, sometimes it hurt. And it gave me sort of, not a rash, but it made the middle of my arm just feel really awkward and kind of like burned. And I'm not sure if that's gonna make a difference with this new mousepad, but considering this is stitched here, which has like a softer and just not as a rough feel, and considering it is thinner, I'm wondering if it'll actually change whether it burns my arm or not. But I will say it didn't happen every day with this old mousepad. This would only happen like once in a blue moon whenever I was, tryharding Fortnite. I don't usually slide my arm around, but when I do, it doesn't hurt that much. It's usually when I go through long periods of gaming. But just from what I'm doing here, it doesn't feel like anything. It just feels like I'm sliding across a regular mousepad. I'm not feeling anything on my arm. But then again, that would be the same case with this one. It only begins to hurt after long periods of time. So it can't be a definitive answer whether this will solve that issue or not, but it is something that I'm going to look for after playing games for a bit. So here we go. Alright everybody, I have had an entire night to play around with a brand new mousepad, and let me tell you guys something. Nay, let me tell you guys several things. So for the first time ever, I actually experienced being able to move my mouse at any sort of distance without it falling off the mousepad, which was an experience that I never thought was possible. So yeah, I really like the fact that it's uber wide, and you know what, I recommend it to anyone out there who ever has problems with moving their mouse, especially if you have lower sensitivity. When you have lower sensitivity, you gotta move your mouse back and forth, so that is when it is most important. Now in regards to the burn on my wrist, I did not get a burn on my wrist, but I also didn't play for that sort of length to get a burn, and also I wasn't moving my arm too much. It was just kind of flicking with the wrist. So, those factors come into play when it deals with that. But I mean, I did play for quite a bit, and it didn't hurt, it didn't burn, and it felt very nice. So I'll give it a 2 out of 2. My last point in this conclusion is that this is actually a really good mousepad, and apparently it's actually kind of cheaper than the SteelSeries. And I mean, I'm sure there's other mousepads out there that don't particularly have a brand name. Another point is, as I was using the mouse, it didn't feel that much different to using the SteelSeries mousepad. So do I recommend it? Yeah,
I recommend it, especially if you're already in the market for a mouse pad. It's $20, so is it really gonna do you that much damage? I don't think so, and I do think it's worth the 20 bucks. Like I said, compared to the SteelSeries, how that one's a little bit more expensive, feel is very similar and has a nice stitch edge around the corners. It's totally up to you guys, but this was my kind of takeaway on the mouse pad from Antlion. So if you guys want to get this, you know, there will be links down below. Of course, if you're interested in the SteelSeries mouse pad, I will also link that down below if you're not looking for something too large. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I'm gonna put a little bit of a cheeky self-promo here. Go check out my Twitch. It's twitch.tv/beatsolos. Check out my Twitter, twitter.com/beatsolos. Alright, well, anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one, and peace out!
Downtown, we let it go. Sunset high and our bodies low. Blood rush in a hazy glow. My hands, your bones. Loose up, we break the scene. One step deep as you fall.